guys, to some of those people that are asking, can you use air guns for self-defense? And I don't know, I couldn't say you really can or cannot, but let's just say you can't own one. Let's just say you're a felon, or let's just say you're in trouble. Let's just say you just don't want a real gun in your house, but you also want something to defend yourself, to protect your family, and you're going through some scenarios in your life. Hey, whatever the situation is whatever it is, if you're just trying to protect your family and do what's right, I completely understand. So this is why I'm here, just to give you guys a good experience. Now, there's other better things, but whatever suits you the best, will be the best scenario for you. But know your equipment. Now, this a SNR 357 snub nose revolver. I did a preview on this, so you can check that out if you want to. What I like about this is that you can shoot BB or pellets with this thing. And if you're deciding to shoot this as a home defense scenario, I really like this. And the reason why I like it is because you can switch it up to pellets or BBs. That's a really thumbs up. And the CO2, it's really quick to access it. What you need to do is get yourself some cover, load it up and then get ready to rock and roll. But you have to really make yourself precise with this thing. But as you seen the video at 20 steps, I want to say this thing was really cool at 20 steps, and it was really pretty much right on. I just imagine what it would do at seven steps or 10 steps. You're in your home, let's just say, what other pellets what kind of pellets can I stick in this thing? Am I limited? This is what's good about it. It doesn't matter how long the pellet is. Some pellets are longer than others. Remember that. It don't matter how long the pellets is. They can work on these things. Let's see if I can get one out. Okay, this one's the BB, so you can see the BB, and there's the other brass that you load the pellet from the back, from the rear, and there is no limit of space in there how big the pellet is. The pellet can be the size of the bullet, but that's what's really cool. If you don't know what kind of pellets to use for that type of matter, these are these right here, 177 caliber Gamma. A lot of people think that Gamma is just some pellets that are just looking for to get in your pocket. But like I said, whatever hunting scenarios and situations you put yourself in, those are the right pellets for any type of scenario. And you think that these people are just looking for to get in your pockets. The only way you're getting in your pockets is if you just don't know what you're doing and what you're buying. I really believe these people that are building these things have a passion for these things, just like I have a passion, to do these types of stuff straight out of my pocket. These things are all coming out of my pocket, and I have no problem with that. I just want to let people know that whatever scenario is you put yourself into, man, there's various guns, air pistols, and with the pandemic and stuff going around, you might want to have one of these things in your home to defend your family. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe just say you have a real gun that's almost like this and you want to know what it feels like. You want to know what it grips like. And if it's like the same real thing, if it's like the real gun you have in it, then already know what the functions are. Just to let you know, yeah, it is CO2. You're not going to do that with a real one. I understand this is not a real thing, but realize that some people cannot own a real gun. So that's why I'm here, to help you out, just to let you guys know, man, that you can stick any kind of pellet in this thing. Now, I had enhanced the pellet. That is an explosive pellet. That's one of the reasons why I like this thing. I will be showing you a video on the explosive pellets when we do the ballistics test. So please stick around, man. Stick around to know exactly what to use, what equipment to use for whatever scenario. So let's just say your self-defense. If you train yourself every day to close off that CO2 and then, do your business, you ain't got to load no magazine or load no pellets. If you have pellets already in there, that's already a plus. Now, to some of you guys that don't know, so, well, Urban, how can I, how can I have that CO2 in there? It will mess up my O-rings if I have it compressed up in there. Do not have it compressed. That will mess up your O-rings from your cylinder. Your cylinder is your CO2. Do not have that pressed. I do not have that pressed at all. It is loose. What I do is just tighten it up to where it's just not moving. If that CO2 cartridge is just not moving like I want it. And just don't try to tighten it up as much as you can. Just hand tight. Just hand tight until it's tight enough. You don't want to puncture that seal. You don't want to puncture that seal, and you don't want that CO2 tank to mash up on your O-ring in there, wearing out your O-ring. That's how a lot of leaks happen. Now, there's some way you can, if you do have that problem with a leak, I heard you can put some Teflon or some paper bag somewhere in there and kind of create some kind of little seal for it. Now, if you sit there and you have that CO2 just there, it's ready. Make sure you put Pel gun oil. It's really important that you put Pel gun oil on top of that CO2 cylinder and check it every few days to see if that Pel gun oil has not dried up. So if you want to use that for self-defense or some kind of scenario in that type of, you can practice, doing that, and then you're ready to go. You're ready to go. It's ready to go. Your pellets are already in there. They're already in there. It's ready to go. So this is one of those things that I wanted to talk to you about in this video about this SNR 357. Now, I said that during the review of this thing. This is one of the reasons why I got this thing. It's really nice, and like I said, make them count, baby. Make them count. Make these bad boys count. If you're using this and using it for a self-defense manner, maybe you're a handicap, you can't obtain a real firearm or some situation like that. It doesn't matter. Whatever situation, you can make it work. Just make it count. Defend yourself as much as possible. But yeah, here I go with the next one, guys. Stick around. Alright guys, you see me do a review on this thing. This is the Crosman Fire. If you're looking for expansion, if you're looking to knock down some games, probably at 100 yards, it could probably be done with this. With the right pellet and the right rifle, you can actually achieve that. Now, this is a barrel twist rate 1 in 16. Now, the rate is inside the barrel. It's the rifling. Now, I don't know if it's the higher the number, the more twist it is. I can't remember. But I know if you have more twist on it, if you have more twist in that barrel, you can actually use these heavier pellets, which is 10.6 grains. This is one of the heaviest pellets I've seen on the market. Now, there's probably heavier. I'm not saying there's not, but this is so far what I can get at a retail store. Now, expansion, I don't know if you're going to get any expansion out of this. These are copper coated, maybe. Or if they're fully copper, then yeah, they probably will expand, but they probably will not. Depending on what you're trying to do. If I'm trying to shoot body shots, head shots, organs, if you're trying to shoot organs at somewhere between 50 yards, the right perfect pellet to choose is these Gamma Red Fires, man. These are cool right here. You really mess something up. You can choose these Destroyers. Also, these are really good, man. Those right there expand like crazy. Another pellet, I know this is a really, really light pellet, but this pellet probably will be worth that good 20 yards, 10 yards. You have, let's see, the Daisy hollow points. Those are some good pellets right there for expansion. But they do weigh at 5.2 grains. They weigh at 5.2 grains. So I don't know, guys. I mean, using that at a very distant, I wouldn't use that at a very long distance. Now, they do have, it does just say your game is really out there. They have a 7.9, hollow points. You can use those. Those are pretty good. I want to say those are good at least at 100 yards. But if you're really trying to go out there with the heavy things out there, you get these Piranhas. Those right there, those are 10.5 grain. I've never used those, to be honest with you. I've never used some of these pellets. I've never used the Copper Magnum, and I've never used the Piranhas. Why I do have them? Just to have them in my arsenal, because it would never hurt, But long distance range is heavy pellets, but you lose velocity, you lose speed. But it doesn't matter when that energy connects at the end, when that pellet hits. if you did the calculations right, your game is going down. If you did everything right, your research right, you know exactly what your group sizes are, you mounted your scope correctly, you did all these things, man, everything starts to fall into play. All the dots started to connect. And long ranges, man, this is it for the long ranges. This is the bad boy right here. I know there's plenty of badder boys out there kicking up to about 1,500 feet per second. Whew, I just imagine what them bugs are smoking right there. But know your pellet, man, and I'm gonna show you guys all these pellets here before I let this channel go. But if you haven't subscribed right now, please subscribe. Thumbs up, thumbs down. If I misunderstood you on some information, please forgive me. These are just the experiences that I've gone through, and if maybe I said something different, maybe I said something backwards, wrong, or something like that, please forgive me. That's on my side. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna show you the pellets here in just 1 second.